this week I've been witnessing people drowning in their feelings. You just have to think of feelings like waves. And I say this and it sounds easy, but when you're in the thick of it, like when you're in a deep feeling, especially a negative one, it feels like there's no way out, and you sort of confuse that with your whole life. So like this one little thing, right, this one issue in your life somehow makes your whole life feel shit. And I've just had so many discussions this week on people saying terrible things about their mental health because of one issue that they're experiencing. And it's like they forget all the different parts of themselves. So if this is you, I just want you to reaffirm yourself every single day with, I can easily change my feelings. I can easily change my feelings. I'm not saying to dismiss your feelings at all. I'm a coach, so my job is about working through your feelings. And sometimes we need to live in that feeling for a moment or two or three, however long it is, but you don't need to live in it for days on end at all. That's when you need to seek help or ask for help.
This is episode 132. I am so happy that you're here, and thank you for joining my show, Your Coach, Helen Yuskovic. I am on a worldwide mission to help people get confident in putting themselves first, because I used to put myself second my whole life. And because of that, I experienced every unhealthy relationship possible. An unhealthy relationship with myself, my health, my wealth, my intimate relationships, my family, my friends, and my career. I'm now living in an abundance that I used to just dream about. So I want to pave the way for you too. It's time, guys. It's time that you live in the life of your dreams as well. So let's take a step towards that right now. Here's subscribe to my podcast on your app now so that you always tune in to my new episodes.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to our Micro Mindful Moments series. This is a series that I love because it's all about self-reflection, and self-reflection is one of the most important things that you can do to live in a healthy, positive, and a growth mindset. So we'll go through 6 of my infamous points that you should also do as I go through them. And the first point is what I learnt last week. And what I learnt last week is in a little bit more detail about the 7 chakras they're called. And the reason I'm learning about them is because I am currently taking a course to learn how to facilitate something called chakra dance. And I'm so excited about it. So we're deep diving into it. And for those of you that know me, I love researching things a lot. So I even went and got a chakra book just so that I can dive deep into it. I will have to read it again and again because it is so much information. And you've probably heard the word chakra being tossed around a lot. And I say chakra and chakra because it's supposed to be chakra, but somehow along the way, we've sort of changed it to chakra. So if I flip between the two, don't be upset with me. It's just learning how to navigate both of those. So the 7 chakras, we have a few chakras everywhere in our body, but we have 7 main ones, and that's the main thing that I learned. And they're located in a vertical column running down along the spine. So they go all the way from the base of the spine all the way to the top of the spine. And each chakra governs the health of different body parts, different body organs, different glands in our body. And it's what really ties in with the endocrine system that we have. And more than that, there's kind of like a non-physical element where each chakra really influences the health of different aspects of our life. So you might have heard about releasing or unblocking chakras. And this is what I'm really diving deep into because I'm a mindset coach. I like to find safe and gentle healing practices that don't put clients through trauma. And this is like a movement therapy that I'm learning, and I can't wait to bring it into my workshops and retreats and possibly run some classes on it So the 7 chakras, let me just quickly go through them with you. The first one is the base chakra. And the base chakra is all about our survival instincts, the sense of safety and security in our lives. And as it suggests, it's down at the base of our body. So around the pelvic, lower back, reproductive area. So if there's any issues going on for you in that area, perhaps you could look at your survival instincts. Like, did you go through things in life that may have influenced or affected this area? It's so interesting. The second chakra is the sacral, and that's all about our sensuality and our sexuality, our feelings, and it's more that feminine aspect of who we are. For men and for women, we as humans have both energies. Then there's the solar plexus chakra, which is our center of power and our confidence and our will and our right to take up space and courage. And that's the more masculine part of us. So yeah, around the sacral chakra area, it's really good to think if you've had an issue around this area or a long-standing issue and nothing's helping, it's a really good idea to delve into your chakras to see if you can unblock this. Then we've got our heart chakra, and the heart center here in the middle is all about how we love, how we do our relationships, forgiveness, compassion, empathy, the giving, and the receiving. And then we've got the throat chakra, and that's all about our self-expression, our truthful, authentic self-expression through our creativity. And then we've got our third eye chakra. And this is all about how we perceive our higher levels of perception, our intuition, our gut instinct, and how we use our imagination to create the reality of our lives. And then the last one right at the top is called the crown chakra, the very, very top chakra. And it's our higher source of spirituality. It's like the God of our own understanding. It's where we connect with our own soul. So you can just feel that these parts of us, right? And when we work with the chakras, we're working with every aspect because the 7 chakras together encompass the whole of our human experience. So when you're working with chakras, we're really healing ourselves on every single level. So stay tuned for more learnings as I go through them. But let's move on to the second point, a beautiful moment that I had last week. And that would have to be my yoga class. I ran a beautiful yoga class, and I themed it around conscious breathing. And I'm just finding that more and more people are needing more slowness and a practice that can help invite that slowness into their life because of how busy we are as humans. And there was just a really great moment where everyone was sort of in the zone in their yin yoga pose. Some people had smiles on their face and just a sense of peace. And it was just so beautiful to watch and to witness and to have this space where people just feel bliss and experience it, even if it's just for 1 hour that week. A podcast or a book that I recommend. I recommend today a book called A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I read this one years ago, and it was one of the first books that I read on my personal development journey. And it's just such a great book to help you get into the mindset of your life just gets better and better and better. Like, imagine living in that mindset. Eckhart Tolle is the author of The Power of Now, so most of you have probably heard of that book. Now, this book, I'll just give you a tiny little blurb about it, will help to give you the confidence to let go of fear, anxiety, and the eternal quest for more. We're always seeking more, right? So after you read this book, you'll be able to stop defining your life and start living it with true openness and with freedom, where you learn to stop searching for happiness and you realize where it is. It's in those moments and feelings that you really can't put into words. So if you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. I probably should read it again. I'm one of those people that loves reading and watching things again and again. Next, what to improve. Walking is my goal this week, and getting out each day. Because I work from home, I find that, yes, I can get so drawn into my work on the computer that I forget to care for my body, my physical body. So I've made a conscious effort in the last few days to make sure, even if it's just half an hour or 20 minutes, to get outside and go for a walk. I actually just went for a walk this morning, Sunday morning. It's Easter morning today. And I went to the beach and I had a beautiful walk for about 40 minutes. The sun was shining. It was a beautiful sunrise, and I just feel so abundant. And that's what walking does for me. It really regrounds me, recenters me, and makes me refocus on what's important. Next, a tip, a hack, or a strategy for this week is to take charge of your notifications. If you haven't done this yet, it will change your life. It's a productivity, mental health game changer. The first thing that I did when I worked on my notifications, when was that? 2018, is I turned off all my social media notifications. So they're the first ones that I would recommend. Turn off your Facebook notifications, turn off your Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever they are. Just turn them off. And that way it gives you a sense of reclaiming your life and regaining some time. Because when we have all of those ring-a-ding pings, it's like an addiction where you just have to press it to check what that notification says. And we are spending way too much time on our phones. Then you can obviously expand this to different apps and stuff. I turn all notifications off, every single app, unless it's something that's sort of critical for me to have. The affirmation for the week: I can change how I feel. The reason I chose this affirmation is because this week I've been witnessing people drowning in their feelings and how they feel and trying to navigate through that, and some not feeling that there's a way through their feelings, but there is always a way through. And you just have to think of feelings like waves. And I say this and it sounds easy, but when you're in the thick of it, like when you're in a deep feeling, especially a negative one, it feels like there's no way out, and you sort of confuse that with your whole life. So like this one little thing, right, this one issue in your life somehow makes your whole life feel shit. And I've just had so many discussions this week on people saying terrible things about their mental health because of one issue that they're experiencing, and it's like they forget all the different parts of themselves. So if this is you, I just want you to reaffirm yourself every single day with, I can easily change my feelings. I can easily change my feelings. I'm not saying to dismiss your feelings at all. I'm a coach, so my job is about working through your feelings. And sometimes we need to live in that feeling for a moment or two or three, however long it is, but you don't need to live in it for days on end at all. That's when you need to seek help or ask for help. So I'm just going to leave it at that note, that you and I can change our feelings at any given moment. And that's my micro mindful moment for this week. Have the most beautiful week, team, and please come to my Instagram and share with me your thoughts or anything that resonated with you. And I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you times infinity for spending time with me. It really means a lot. Putting yourself first will really help escalate your goals, your dreams, and I love being on the journey with you. So make sure you come and tell me on my Instagram at Whole Health, which is HOL_health, and comment below this podcast photo to share your thoughts on my show today. And if you enjoyed it, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify so that I can keep bringing amazing value to you. I'm sending you truckloads of love, power, and joy. Bye for now.